Shady, Bob Salmi, and Jeff Nicks. The trainers are Mike Saunders and Tim Walsh.
The Knicks have won 10 of the last 13 regular season games against Cleveland, but the Cavs have won 3 straight. And John, an oddity in the series, the last 6 times they've met in the regular season, the road team has won, and I talked about that with Mike Fratello and asked why.
Let's go back a year ago to the playoffs. Similar thing happened. Both teams were able to win on the other team's home court. These are teams that have established themselves as playing not only hard at home, but they get wins on the road in big games. So it should not come as a big surprise.
But you haven't answered the question. You just cite that it happened last.
I don't have to answer. Nobody has to.
You cited that it happened last year. That doesn't mean.
I don't want to answer that question. I don't have to. You can't make me answer that question.
Is it too difficult for you?
It is a tough one. You stumped me with that one, really.
You know, he's remained consistently annoying, hasn't he?
You guys do have a special rapport, I must say. Very special.
Similar to our rapport.
That's right.
But on a serious note, Mike Fratello once again has done a terrific job with this Cavalier team. They have overachieved, and he is among the leading candidates for Coach of the Year honors.
No question, Marv. With all the good things going on in Detroit, Chicago, San Antonio, among others, why, Mike is right there. Won't surprise anyone. He has accomplished miracles with this team.
The officials, Mike Mathis, Woody Mayfield, and Greg Willard. The Knicks tonight completing a 3-game homestand and the first of 2 against the Cavaliers in an 8-day span. They'll be at Cleveland next Thursday night. Anthony Mason going on Chris Mills, taking to the hoop, and then with the save down at 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Starks for 3. John Starks just did beat the 24-second clock. Terrell Brandon, who has had a magnificent season, making it to the All-Star team for the first time. They double up on Bobby Phills. Nice spin. And the Cavs on the board. Knicks 3 and the Cavaliers 2. Here's Reed, lost it. Danny Ferry able to come up with it. Mills. And the foul is called. Knicks looking for an offensive foul. Anthony Mason, who took a shot and is pleading his case, his call for the foul. He felt that he was shoved. Watch it.
Well, that left elbow had to hurt. And perhaps if the official was in a different position, although he looks like he's in great position to see that, that call might have gone in Mason's favor. Very tough play for Anthony Mason to take. Whew.
Cavaliers, an excellent free throw shooting team, 4th in the NBA, 77% at the line, and they now lead 4-3. This is the 3rd of 4 regular season meetings between the Knicks and the Cavs. They split the previous 2. Here's Hoffer. And the rebound handled by Mills. The Knicks winning in Cleveland back in November by 10. The Cavaliers winning here in late December by 10 points. Remember that game where the Cavaliers did such an effective job in doubling up on Anthony Mason. Brandon giving the Cavs a 6-3 lead. Mason at that time was handling the ball more frequently than he has recently since the departure of Don Nelson. Ewing. Patrick Ewing coming off the 8 for 21 against the Celtics here on Tuesday and did not shoot well in the second half. Fouls called on Phils. Mike Fratello telling me earlier, nice play, last touched by the Knicks, that the main concern recently with his ball club, the lack of energy. He says he never knows game to game how they'll come out, and they've run out of gas on a number of occasions recently. Cavaliers 6 and the Knicks 3. And that is off the leg of Reed. So Cleveland will put it in play with 8 on the shot clock. Knicks coming off the win over Boston here on Tuesday, and that was a game that saw the Knicks looking tired. It did appear that they had their legs.
Yes, Jeff Van Gundy referred to that situation as heavy-legged, and that's why he was so happy with the defense the Knicks played in the closing moments of the game.
Shot clock running down, and Brandon had to force it.
This concludes a 7 games in 10-day period, so the Knicks with a day off certainly have to be feeling as though they've had a week off.
Ewing. Cavaliers 6 and the Knicks 5.
Everyone knew coming into this game that it would be a battle of discipline. Cavaliers love to utilize the clock as much as they can before they get into their offense, and they'll break you down with their patience.
And the call, offensive foul. It's on Mills, and the Czar does not appreciate the call. Some of the numbers you refer to, they give up just under 89 points a game. They average only 91 per game, and that is all due to the slowdown technique. Third turnover committed by the Knicks. They have held opponents under 100 points, an NBA high 62 times. But as you say, they use much of the 24-second clock.
Marv, the key is the Knicks have been into double teaming a lot, particularly against so many of the teams with stars, and usually every team has one. This team doesn't. The Cavs don't. They are a true team. So the Knicks have to be careful with double teaming, although there's a one-on-one move by Chris Mills that works well. So against the Cavs, if the Knicks double team, the open man will be found easily by this very unselfish team.
And again, a good job on the double team. The Cavs able to recover on the outlet pass. It was deflected out, but last touched by Cleveland. Cleveland with an 8-5 lead here in the early going. Starks. Ewing.
He was bothered by Brandon, who contested him a little bit, distracted him.
And here's Ewing. Ewing again, blocked by Cage.
He didn't go up to the rim. He kind of went up in the air, but he didn't take it forcefully to the basket.
Brandon, beautiful move, cutting right, left, and then right, and knocking it down. Cavs 10 and the Knicks 5. Mason one-on-one with Mills. Mason, yes, and it counts. Foul committed by Mills on the block.
You mentioned, Marv, how the Cavs have played Mason so well this year. Oddly enough, he hasn't been, as we see him work and pound his way inside for a hoop and a foul. He hasn't had a double-figure scoring game. It's been 8 points in both games for Mason, although the complete player that he is has been shown in his rebounding, where he's averaged 10, and also he's accumulated 13 assists in 2 games against the Cavs.
Cavaliers 10 and the Knicks 8. Coming into tonight, the Knicks 2 games behind Indiana, 2 in front of Detroit and Cleveland, and 3 over Atlanta. Phils for Ferry. Brandon with the shot clock at 1.
With all that terrific defense, that head fake by Brandon got rid of Harper and set him up.
And the Cavaliers have come out hitting 5 of their first 6 shots. Knicks 3 of 9 here at the start. Starks rejected and made the recovery out of bounds and then came back in. So it will be Cleveland ball.
By all rights, Marv, and the laws of physicality, the Cavs should be tired tonight. They had a tough whumping in Orlando last night. I mean, they got handled from start to finish by Shaquille O'Neal and friends, and then undoubtedly flew up here. But they're looking very lively in the early going.
Cavaliers down by as many as 24 in the third quarter at the arena last night, and then came with an 8 in the fourth quarter, which surprised the coaching staff. They were able to make a game out of it. Shaquille with 39. Punch thrown by Horace Grant in the direction of Danny Ferry. Ewing with the putback, and the Cavs lead by 2.
Resulting in a suspension, 1-game suspension, and $5,000 in Horace Grant's direction announced today.
Cavaliers 12 and the Knicks 10 halfway through this first quarter. And again, the Cavs work it down. 5 on the 24. Reed on the switch playing Brandon. Crowd wanted to travel as Brandon fires from downtown. Saved by Cage. But Greg Willard, the official, says Cage had stepped out of bounds. And a timeout is called. We'll be right back.
Get ready for the playoffs. Coming soon to MSG.
How big are the new Office Depot megastores? They're twice the size of any office supply superstores.
Taking care of business.
Come to the new Office Depot megastores and get twice the office supplies at mega savings, twice the business machines and computers, twice the software titles, twice the office furniture of any superstore you've seen.
Taking care of business.
The new Office Depot mega stores, a bigger, better way to take care of business.
Come in, somebody will help you. They'll give you a complete lesson on just about anything in the store. Go to a home center, you got to get a hold of one of the experts, or wait 10 minutes for a page for a price check or something like that, or longer. It's close by. The selection is nice. They're knowledgeable, accessible. Prices are good.
Prices are good. They have good service. We order something and it comes in a couple days and we can pick it right up.
No one covers Long Island like Nassau Suffolk Lumber.
Attention Long Island, the Fun Station has arrived. Fun Station, America's fastest growing family centers, are now on Long Island. Let the kids ride the rides or have big fun in any of our soft play areas. Celebrate a birthday in our own special birthday party theater. We have bumper cars, basketball stars, video games, and prizes. Ski in virtual reality, then relax in our Nathan's Restaurant. Visit our super new location in Brentwood at the Brent City Shopping Center on Brentwood Road. Call for the Fun Station nearest you. Let me loose at the Fun Station.
John, a moment ago we were talking about Danny Ferry and his involvement last night with Horace Grant. This took place in the third quarter of the game in Orlando. A little shove. Horace and Dan getting to it, and kind of a more of a slap push on the part of Grant, but it does lead to the 1-game suspension. This could go back to might be some history here. Remember Danny Ferry getting involved with the Chicago Bulls in the playoffs several years ago? Michael Jordan and Danny Ferry had words, and punch was thrown. J.R. Reed has tied the game at 12.
Boy, I must say, those are private affairs, because you just don't think of Danny Ferry as an instigator of that kind of play, particularly when you look at his arms, Mark.
What are we saying here?
He needs work in the weight room.
Well, he still may have.
Oh, I know.
He's type of game where he's tough,
he's strong,
plays tough.
but you don't think of him as a physical player.
Foul on Starks. 5.5 remaining in this first quarter.
Could be a grabber, though. You know, a lot of grabbers are annoying.
Yes, I have a feeling that is
Starting to get riled up.
You're getting annoyed at
I'm getting riled up, and I'm thinking he might be a grabber, yeah.
Here's Mills for 3. Danny Ferry, though, has had a sensational turnaround season and is among the candidates for the most improved player award. One of the major reasons that the Cavs have done as well as they have. Ewing providing the Knicks with a 2-point lead.
Well, to his credit, he's hung tough, and finally with playing time, he's showing what he can do. I mean, he didn't prove himself early in his career, and he sat a long time, but now with playing time, he's really stepped up big.
And was certainly a focus of attention with the big money contract coming his way. Ferry steps back to 3-point territory.
Quick release, beautifully done.
Knicks down by 1. Ferry with his first field goal. Starks off the pick. Nice look finding Ewing, who beat Cage at the baseline.
Oddly, Ewing faked. I thought he might have gotten himself in trouble because he had the position. But fortunately, his quick response after the fake got it done.
So the Knicks now lead by 1. See in the left-hand portion of your picture, John, that is the 24-second clock. Point out in case you were mystified. It's Bobby Fells hitting the 3. The fact that the Cavaliers use much of the clock, we thought it would be a good tool for you to work your clinical magic.
I appreciate that. I will do so.
So we can kind of chart the Cavaliers and how they use the clock. There it is, John. You see lower left.
Got it. And it shows also how tough it is for the Knicks to stay with an intense defensive effort throughout the entire 24 seconds.
Cavaliers 18 and the Knicks 16. What a move by Brandon, slicing his way. That brought some of his teammates off the bench, and then able to hit the finger roll. Cavs by 4.
Boy, the back line of the Knicks have to be ready when Brandon has that ball with that crossover dribble. They better be ready to jump out and help.
Shot clock at 4. Reed spinning, and Ferry able to one-hand the rebound. Cleveland with a hot shooting first quarter, 8 of 11 from the field. The Knicks 7 of 17, and the Cavaliers will talk it over with 2:42 remaining in the first. Excellent start, 4 of 6 from the field, 8 points. And has bailed out the Cavaliers on several occasions with the shot clock running down. Hubert Davis coming off a 4 for 4 from downtown. The other night against Boston, he had 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting. He is now guarding Brandon. Hopper is on Ferry as the Knicks go to the 3-guard alignment. Ferry way off. And Starks with the rebound. Knicks down by 4 with 2:20 to go in this opening quarter. Ewing. Knicks try to work to the top of the circle, spreading out the floor, and call for a 3-second violation.
Jeff Van Gundy with J.R. Reed leaving in favor of Hubert Davis, going for offense now against the smaller Cleveland lineup. Marvin, that last shot attempt, what looked like a shot attempt by Ewing, he very wisely gave it up because he was under a lot of pressure. A very good decision by him.
Tyrone Hill and Dan Marley on the floor for the first time for the Cavaliers. Marley with a season-high 25 last night in Orlando. Tyrone Hill has had an injury-hit couple of seasons. Marley for 3. And it's a 24-second violation. And Marley, 7 of 12 from the field last night, hit 3 3-pointers. Mason posting up on Ferry. Starks broken up by Hill. So the Knicks will have 8 on the shot clock. For those of you who may have just tuned in, Charles Oakley sitting it out tonight due to what is called a minimally displaced fracture of the orbit on the lowest right eye. Patrick Ewing with 10 points. He required 6 stitches. The injury he suffered against the Celtics on Tuesday night. He is called day to day. The right side of his face all swollen, so he is sidelined. He was hoping to be able to play here tonight. And J.R. Reed was in the starting lineup. Knicks down by 2 with a minute left in the first quarter.
Go, Danny, go!
Mason going at Ferry. And rebounded by Hill.
Knicks really going to Mason a lot. Interesting considering the frustrating moments he's had against the Cavaliers this year.
Nice fake by Brandon. And it's batted out by Ewing, who argues the call. He thought it was last touched by Hill of the Cavs. So a new 24 for Cleveland.
Cleveland got killed on the offensive boards last night. 17 of 38 total rebounds by Orlando were offensive rebounds. Cavs only had 4 themselves.
Mike Fratello just told to take a seat by Greg Willard, which is understandable. Anytime you're around the Czar. Then he goes to appeal to the other official. Woody Mayfield is looking for a hacking foul on that last ball that was deflected out of bounds.
I kind of look at Mike working the sidelines like he's on patrol, you know?
Yes. With bad intentions. Starks on the intercept. Time running down in this first quarter. Starks. So after 1 here at the Garden, it's the Cavaliers 20 and the Knicks 18.
Did you hear that?
It's late at night. Do you know where your children are? Keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you in part by Toyota. I love what you do for me. Toyota. By MetLife. Get Met. It pays. And by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz.
We'd like you to know about the Yes Make It Count community commitment by the MSG Network. And it has been announced tonight. And we'd like you to know on April 11th, today, 12th and 14th, the Yes Make It Count program is taking place in your community. All of the local cable operators invite you to call 212-465-6660 to find out how you can volunteer for various types of community services.
It's actually, John, a launch of an ongoing program that the MSG Network, along with all its affiliates, have put together. Foul called on Harper. And, you know, the stigma of volunteering and putting in the constant hours is not the case here, as Al Troutwood detailed on the Nick pregame show, as Tyrone Hill is able to put it home, and the Cavaliers now lead 22-18 as the second quarter gets underway. Plus, of course, you'd like to put in that kind of time. Whatever there is available is certainly appreciated. Great job done by Barry Watkins, Vice President of Public Relations for the MSG Network, and MSG Network Executive Producer Mike McCarthy on the case with this all-encompassing program. What a catchy phrase for it, too. Yes, make it count. I wonder where that came from, Marv. Bob Sora on the floor for the first time. Rookie from Florida State. That's Sora with the ball.
Actually, it is nice to see one of the phrases that you originated have more important use in life, you know?
I agree. On the back tap, kept alive by Phils. And Hill blows the layup, and that blows the putback, but a foul is called. Pushing foul. Foul on Ewing.
Hill is one of the outstanding offensive rebounders in the NBA. It's amazing he misses that shot and that one as well. His timing way off.
And I note a Willie Anderson sighting. Patrick Ewing sitting down. Herb Williams has come on. Willie Anderson, who has not been getting much playing time as of late, in fact, has not played the last 2 games. 4 of the last 6 is on the floor. Hill is not a good free throw shooter. John, what is going on? That is the floor of Madison Square Garden, showing the sharpness of our director, Bob Lewis, and, of course, producer Howie Singer, the electronic wizard. I would take the ball boys to task on that one. Well, cigarette butt on the floor, on the playing surface here. And I know it was not one of the players.
Don't forget now, the circus was here earlier today.
Good point.
And there's a lot of people on the roof here working hard.
Well, those elephants can smoke up a storm, too, you know. Cavaliers with a 22-18 lead on the Knicks.
How about the players missing that? You think a player would notice it, you know, as they come up court.
And here is Phil. And the Cavaliers are playing just the game they love to play. They're using much of the 24-second clock. You have to be very, very patient to play Cleveland because they will frustrate you. And I don't know how patient this particular group of Knicks are. It's a tough team for them to play. Down here by 6, early second quarter. Shot clock down to 3. Davis for 3. Try to bail out the Knicks, and rebounded by Sora.
What the Cavs have with this unique team is players who can all handle the ball above average. That's a very important ingredient to their success.
And they have several guys who can break you down, something the Knicks don't have. Here's Marlin on the drive, yes, and it counts. And he broke the Knicks down on the penetration. He can do it. Brandon does it. Phillips does it.
Marley's case, though, we're not talking about super speed. Now he goes around Willie Anderson, and with his good body, even beats Herb Williams with that nice finish.
The Knicks call for time.
The Knicks are at the Garden to take on the Toronto Raptors after empty and cannon game night. Monday night, right here on MSG.
How big are the new Office Depot megastores? They're twice the size of any office supply superstores.
Taking care of business.
Come to the new Office Depot megastores and get twice the office supplies at mega savings, twice the business machines and computers, twice the software titles, twice the office furniture of any superstore you've seen.
Taking care of business.
The new Office Depot mega stores, a bigger, better way to take care of business.
West Monroe, Louisiana. Matilda Crabtree, 14, jumped out of a closet and yelled boo to scare her parents.
Hold a second.
Boring basketball.
Well, John would understand boring, exactly what it means. So if a person like that is going to pass judgment on us, I might have to probably say he knows a little about what the word boring means. I don't particularly think our style is boring. I think we happen to play a very interesting style of basketball where we see ball movement, we see ball distribution, we see sharing, we see Princeton basketball.
John, I would take that personally. As once again, Marley is fouled and will go to the line. See, that crosses the line. That's just not nice.
He broke you down, didn't he, Marv, with that response, just like his team does. Oh, what a chuckler. Little coaching, little clinic going on the sideline with Mike and Bob Sura.
And of most significance during the timeout, there it is, John. An official doing his job. Greg Willard retrieving the cigarette butt and tossing. It's nice to see, you know.
I mean, you like people who go out of their way to do things that aren't part of their normal job. That makes them special.
Meanwhile, the Cavaliers with a 14-2 run and now lead 29-18. Foul is called on Hill. The Cavs have outscored the Knicks 9-0. 9-0 in this second quarter. Eric Harper sitting down, replaced by John Starks. Certainly the Cavaliers would not complain the way things are going, but the word boring does seem to fall right into place here, doesn't it?
Well, meanwhile, Marv, it's working at the other end of the court, too, as the Knicks continue to go to Mason every time. I mean, they've become very predictable now, so the defense kind of knows what to expect.
Tyrone Hill just pulled down a 6th rebound. It's kicked out of bounds by Sora. So it will be Nick Ball. The Knicks with Starks and Davis at the guards. Williams, Mason, Anderson up front. The Knicks have not scored in 5 minutes.
Stationary offense. Nobody moving.
Crowd looking for Williams to shoot. Starks does and hits from downtown. John Starks with a second three-pointer. Cavaliers 29 and the Knicks 21. For the Knicks, their first field goal the second quarter. Phil's got bottled up by Davis. Starks for three. Rebound Mason. And the foul call. Foul committed by Sora. That is his first. Bob Sora, first-round draft pick, Florida State's all-time leading scorer and a teammate of both Charlie Ward and Sam Cassell at Florida State.
Knicks right now at 36% from the field versus 52 for the Cavs. 36 isn't going to get a victory. Ball has to move more crisply. The Knicks have to find their advantages, like when Patrick Ewing gets in, working with him perhaps down low a little bit more now.
Danny Ferry is back. So Ferry, Mills, and Hill up front. Marley and Sora at the guards, and Sora now is at the point guard position. Ferry is back to help, and Starks will put some pressure on. Cavaliers lead by 7 with 4.5 gone by in the second quarter. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Troutwood will join us at halftime. Shot clock down to 4. Cavaliers love it like this. It's down to 1. Does he get it off in time? He did. Oh, Mason with a nice move on Mills. Davis. And Sora able to play the long rebound. Of defense. Now Marley operating against Davis. Hill. Shot clock down to 3. Sora. And deflected out. Last touched by the Knicks, and Mike Mathis indicating 1 second remaining on the 24. Patrick Ewing checking back in, replacing Herb Williams. J.R. Reed being waved in. So 1 on the shot clock. Anthony Mason also heads to the bench. And broken up. And it's a 24-second violation.
6'9" Tyrone Hill now matched up on Ewing. Jeff Van Gundy on the Cavs style of play. If you love basketball, you have to love the way they play. Very predictable, but in a good way. They're good because they are very disciplined. Jeff knows what's coming when the Cavs arrive.
Jeff also being awfully diplomatic. I know he appreciates the coaching style and is a big fan of Mike Fratello's and what he has been able to accomplish in Cleveland the last 3 years. Mills on the foul, but that is a very charitable statement concerning the style of play of the Cavaliers. Ewing, yes. So the Cavs now lead 29-24.
By all rights, as tough a competitor as Hill is, Patrick Ewing should be able to get a lot done for the Knicks in that matchup.
So Cleveland takes a timeout. 6-0 run by the Knicks. 5:55 left first half.
Are you ready? Let's go. Get out and play. Give whatever you got. You like that? Gatorade, Gatorade. Drink it up, Gatorade, Gatorade. You're gonna get thirsty. Gatorade, Gatorade. Drink it up. Drink it up. Drink it up, Gatorade. Drink it up, Gatorade. Drink it up. Gatorade. Drink it up. Life is a sport. Tough day. Drink it up.
So what's the big surprise?
Knicks tickets.
American Express?
I got a little proposition. Cool.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
On hand tonight, Woody and Sunyi, joined by, I believe, the first appearance, at least as a grown-up, Mira Sorvino, Oscar Award winner in Mighty Aphrodite.
Very poignant moment when that award was announced at the Academy Awards. Her proud father, Paul Sorvino, having the tears flow at that announcement.
What a great performance by Mira Sorvino. I know you see about one movie a year, John?
No, I'm much
Did you
better.
see that
I
one?
did see it.
Yes.
No, it's terrific. She was great.
Go, Danny, go!
John giving the stamp of
As were all the other female ladies
yes, female ladies.
Female, that was good. Right. I'm trying to do basketball and movies at the same
we
time.
understand.
I'm having a problem. The female candidates for the Academy Award for leading actress, they were all great.
8-0 run now by the Knicks, who are within 3. Danny Ferry with a nice move. His second field goal. Cavaliers 31 and the Knicks 26.
On reflection, Mark, make it nominees. Okay. You accept that.
You know, for Nick Rewind tonight, this portion will be edited out.
I certainly hope so.
He'll call for the foul. I know you like to get to the edit room with the scissors going upon occasion. Here's Michael Cage back, replacing Tyrone Hill, sitting down with a field goal and 6 rebounds. Davis at the baseline, closed by Marley. 3-second violation on Ewing. So the Cavs will get it back. Cleveland Cavaliers at 43 and 33. And they've done a good job on the road. 19 up, 19 down. They have won 5 of the last 8 on the road. They have lost their last 2 to Orlando and Charlotte, but overall they've won 4 of the last 7, playing a very tough schedule. And earlier we discussed that remaining Cavalier schedule, which is terrifying from the Cleveland point of view. Ferry giving Cleveland a 7-point lead, and again the Cavs able to hit with 1 second on the 24. Cleveland with Chicago coming up on Sunday. Patrick Ewing has 14, and the Cavs now lead by 5. Then they're at Atlanta, home for the Knicks next Thursday, home for Detroit, and then they close at Indiana, final day of the season, Sunday, April 21st. Here's Brandon using the pick, and the Cavs now lead 35-28, and they are shooting 52% from the floor.
That's one of the occasions where the pick really worked. John Starks ran into the chest of Danny Ferry, and Brandon had plenty of time.
Ewing, and through the foul. Anthony Mason getting set to check in, and there is the remaining schedule for Cleveland. Chicago tonight is going for win number 67, and they're 16 up at the Meadowlands against the Nets in the second quarter. Ewing has hit his last 6 shots. He is 7 of 11. He has 15 points in all.
A great pick by Danny Ferry. John Starks bangs into Ferry hard, but the shot was right on target.
Cavaliers 35-30 over the Knicks. Cavs 14 of 27 from the field. 3:25 remaining in this first half. Brandon, and the rebound handled by Mills. Rare miss for Brandon. 6 of 9, leading Cleveland with 10 points. Illegal defense called for the first time against the Knicks, so the Cavs get a new 24. The Knicks back in action on Saturday at Miami, and then Monday they are here for Toronto. Thursday at Cleveland. They'll close out Friday at home against Charlotte, and then in Boston, final day of the season, Sunday, April 21st. Mills pushing out to Marley for 3. Dan Marley from downtown, and the Cavaliers lead by 8.
Knicks defense against three-point shooting is usually very good. In fact, best in the league much of this season. Marley got too much time, and he proved with 7 of three-point makes last night that he should not be left alone.
Foul committed by Marley. Cavaliers now over the foul limit.
Bob, I want to get back to the MSG Network's announcement of the Yes Make It Count program, just to explain it in a little more detail. MSG and each of the 236 affiliates in the tri-state area are offering viewers an opportunity to volunteer for meaningful work in their local communities. So all the affiliates are involved, and if you're interested in assisting your community, the network is working with 5 different organizations who need help. New York Cares, Fresh Air Fund, Wishing to Smile, YMCA, and Special Olympics. Also available are local charities that each local cable operators are working for. And there are some nice gifts involved with any kind of volunteer work, and depending on the amount of hours one may spend in doing this.
And for those who would like more information on this program, you can call 212-465-6660 during business hours. 212-465-6660 to find out how you can take part in Yes Make It Count. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the half. Yes, and it counts. What timing? And Ewing will go to the line.
Well, Patrick got the message, and he got the ball down low in great position, and he powers his way right to the hoop. Had some obstacles along the way, but they didn't deny him that hoop and the foul in the three-point play.
Superb first half for Patrick Ewing. 8 of 12 from the field, 19 points in all. There's the number I mentioned a moment ago. They suggest you call during business hours tomorrow between 9 and 5. Nice pass, beautifully done as Brandon finds Cage. Cavaliers with a 40-35 lead. 1:45 to go first half. Mason and Bills in a battle. Now Ferry over on a double. Harper for 3. Yes. And for Derek Harper, his first field goal. It brings the Knicks within 2. So the Knicks picking it up in the latter stages of the second quarter. 8-2 run by New York. Brandon able to kick it out. Ewing foul. Loose ball foul on Ferry. And with the Cavs over the foul limit, Ewing will go to the line. That's 3 on Ferry. Tyrone Hill checking back in. Tyrone Hill did a good job off the board. 6 rebounds.
Well, in his quiet way, Patrick Ewing has emerged as a monster again. And very difficult in a game like this. Patrick with half the Knicks' points in this game. And coming in tonight, over the last 5 games, he's been shooting at 33%. So what a important turnaround for the Knicks and Ewing so far in this one.
Game is tied at 40. A minute remaining in the half. Cleveland has won 3 straight over the Knicks here at the Garden. Knicks have won 6 straight regular season games in Cleveland. Brandon, and a battle for the rebound leading to the loose ball foul on Reed, and that puts the Knicks over the limit. That's the first on Reed with 44 seconds to go in this first half. Michael Cage will shoot a couple.
None of the Knicks coaching staff will be unhappy with Reed's efforts, though. He worked very hard against one of the outstanding rebounders in the NBA, and this man.
Not a good free throw shooter, though. 53% at the line. Michael Cage led the NBA in rebounding back in the 87-88 season. Beat out a fellow by the name of Charles Oakley, who then was a member of the Chicago Bulls. And Cage had a 20 rebound game against the Knicks last season. And hits the 2. Hits the 2 free throws, which is unusual for Michael. Cavaliers lead by 2. Here's Davis for 3. So the Knicks have a 43-42 lead with a half minute remaining first half. Good run here by the Knicks. A 13-4 spurt. Fells fires way off. 10 seconds left in the half. Hoffer holding it up.
They really missed Ewing when the break began.
Down to 2-1. Hoffer. Oh, put it high off glass to elude Hill. 5/10 of a second to go. So the Knicks with a good run to conclude the second quarter. 15-4 advantage over the final minutes. And they were able to change the pace these last couple of minutes. Not easy to do against the Cavaliers. At the half, the Knicks 45, the Cavaliers 42.
How big are the new Office Depot megastores? They're twice the size of any office supplies superstores.
Taking care of business.
Come to the new Office Depot megastores and get twice the office supplies at mega savings. Twice the business machines and computers. Twice the software titles. Twice the office furniture of any superstore you've seen.
Taking care of business.
The new Office Depot mega stores, a bigger, better way to take care of business.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
I never thought choosing a college could be so tough.
It's her first year away.
We wanted a school with an excellent academic reputation. Small classes.
A place she'd feel safe and comfortable living.
We decided to visit CW Post. The advisors were great. There were so many majors to choose from.
We discussed financial aid. They really helped us make the right decisions.
The campus was just spectacular.
Choosing was easy. I'm coming to Post.
The choice is clear. CW Post, Long Island University. On the court. And on the street. I'm Dennis Vaco, Attorney General of the state of New York. Every day, drug dealers are trying to lure you down a losing path. Be someone your friends can look up to.
That's right, Dennis. Be a leader. Say no to drugs.
And join me in the New York Knicks in our fight against drugs. And be on the winning team.
The ball's in your court.
At the Garden to take on the Toronto Raptors after MTS Cannon game night, Monday night, right here on MSG.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back on MSG at the Garden, it's the Knicks 45, the Cavaliers 42. Al Troutwig back here courtside here on MSG. In a moment, we're going to take another look at Charity Weekend, which has just begun on MSG, part of our Yes, Make It Count program. But we do want to take care of some business and get you updated with Bob Page. Bob?
Thanks, Al Haggett, everybody. A shocker from the Meadowlands Arena tonight, where the Nets were within 16 points of the Chicago Bulls at halftime. Of course, the lead's now 26 points as they play midway through the third quarter of this one. Dennis Rodman wearing the pink here this evening. Tony Kukoc and Rodman both in the starting lineup for Chicago. Kukoc scored all 11 of his first half points in the opening quarter. Bulls by 9 going into the second. Then opened the second quarter on a 14-2 run off Childs' miss. Jordan saves it, and this Pippen dunk will make it 47-28 Chicago. He had 10 points at halftime. Sean Bradley did not start the game for the Nets tonight. Jason Williams played center instead. Also in the NBA, Orlando's Horace Grant suspended for 1 game without pay and fined an additional $5,000 for his set 2 with Cleveland's Danny Ferry last night. And Bullet center George Murison out 6 weeks after he tore knee ligaments in a win over the Boston Celtics last night. I'll be back right after this.
Something that, for the most part, all of us have a little of, and that's time.
Well, everybody has a couple of hours a month, and besides the time, it's so rewarding, particularly to help children, to do something that they would never ordinarily experience, and just to give a little bit of ourselves to help out fellow New Yorkers.
You know, we were talking earlier tonight that all of us go through our lives, and we pass through the lives of so many people who need help for a variety of reasons, most of them kids and the causes that we're helping out. And we've realized in our 7 months that we can make a difference. And when you look at the sheer numbers, in our case, 5 million, more than 1 million on your cable system, those are big numbers. And if you only get a small percentage, we can really do something.
Well, I'm going to challenge all of our customers to lead the rest of the cable systems around the state and the rest of the MSG affiliates to donate more time and to volunteer more hours than anybody else.
And again, Barry, you'll be working in the coming weeks and months and deciding which of the local charities people can get involved with closer to home if they don't wish to help out one of the 5 that we put up on the screen.
That's right. We'll be selecting 3 charities that work especially well within Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn, which are the areas we serve, and we'll be making that announcement within the next few weeks.
Barry, thanks a lot for your efforts.
Thanks. Our pleasure.
All right, that's Barry Rosenblum, the president of Time Warner Cable of New York City. We've got a big team, 236 affiliates, and 5+ million of you. Please call 212-465-6660. Leave a message tonight or talk to one of our volunteers from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow. MSG and your local cable operators urging you to support your community. Please say yes and make it count. It has 10. Dan Marley with 8. Bobby Phills with 7. Danny Ferry with 7. It's a low-scoring game the way the Cavaliers like it. And Marv, I'm sure it's happened before, but I don't think I've ever seen both teams took 34 shots, made 16, and so they're both shooting 47%. An oddity. Yes. All right, Al, and I'll look at the Toyota matchup. It is Ewing with Cage, which is a mismatch offensively. The Cavaliers always hope that Michael Cage does it off the boards, but it's been low-key to this point in his 14 minutes in the first half with only 1 rebound. Ewing with a hot hand, 8 of 12 from the field and 5 of 5 from the line, and he is the high scorer with 21 points. As Al mentioned, both teams at 47% and both at 16 of 34 from the field. Cavs 3 of 11 from downtown. Knicks 4 for 7. Knicks 9 of 10. Good free throw shooting. And the Knicks with a slight edge off the boards.
Big thing was the second quarter shooting for the Knicks. They were way down in the first quarter and much of the half, but they got hot. They made their shots, and it's been an interesting battle of half-court offenses. There have only been 2 fast break points in the entire half so far of this game.
This is the third of 4 regular season meetings between the Knicks and the Cavaliers. They split the previous 2. They'll meet again in Cleveland at the Gund Arena next Thursday. Coming into tonight, the Knicks 2 games behind Indiana. They are 2 in front of Cleveland and Detroit, 3 over Atlanta, while Cleveland 2 games behind the Knicks, as I mentioned, 1 in front of 7th place Atlanta. Harper on the steal. So these games down the stretch are critical, and as we detailed earlier, the Cavaliers with a very difficult remaining schedule. The Knicks with a 45-42 lead. Third quarter getting started. Mason with the pick. Ewing's pass stolen. Brandon has a 2-on-1. Phils is fouled. He's rocked by Starks.
No bad feeling there. Hard foul. John Starks helps Phils up. Interception. Ball goes to Phils, a very strong guy, great physique, and he didn't get hurt.
And a good foul by Starks.
Hard foul. I think, Marv, one of the key points that the Knicks coaching staff will be spending a lot of time on in the future is when the Knicks are on offense and they're going to distribute the ball from one player to the next. In many situations, faking before you pass the ball to throw the defense off. The Knicks, none of them really do that, and many times their passes are deflected, as it was on that last Ewing pass. Starks in particular, an offender in that area. Just a little fake to throw the defense off so you can then deliver the pass.
Starks on a quick release, and Cage falls down his second rebound. The Knicks lead by 2 with a minute gone by in the third quarter. Strong move inside by Bobby Phils, who is a very physical backcourt man at 6'5" and 220 pounds. So John Starks collecting his third foul. Phils is an 80% free throw shooter. Bobby Phils, originally a second-round pick of the Milwaukee Bucks. Got the playing time last season because of all the injuries suffered by the Cavaliers. Did a nice job, averaged 11 points per game. He's been a starter this season and averaging just under 15 a game.
I remember Ronnie Rothstein, the assistant coach to Mike Fratello last season, telling me that with all the injuries and Phils had to get playing time, they started to discover with him as a starter, their record got impressive, very impressive. On the Knicks turnover, Brandon on the breakaway almost stuffs the ball but draws the foul.
And John, another bad pass, this time thrown by Derek Harper, leading to the fast break. J.R. Reed called for his second, and Terrell Brandon at the line.
Come on. But Bobby Phils was in the starting lineup because of the injuries, and all of a sudden when things got healthy again and he was sitting, the coaching staff realized, hey, with Phils in the starting lineup, we're a much better team, because he's not that impressive when you look at him and you watch him play, but he's so solid. He really symbolizes in many ways the reasons for the success of this franchise. Disciplined, smart, and very, very effective player.
Very strong defensively, and also has improved the outside touch. That has come with the playing time. Cavaliers lead by 1. Ewing for Reed, who's held. And JR arguing because Mike Mathis says not in the act. He felt it was in the act as he was held by Mills. So it is a non-shooting foul. The Knicks with Mason, Ewing, and Reed up front. Harper and Starks in the backcourt. Reed replacing the injured Charles Oakley in the starting lineup. Anthony Mason with a second field goal. He has 6 points. The Knicks take a 1-point lead. Terrell Brandon, who leads the Cavaliers, averaging better than 19 per game. Draws a double team. Here's Ferry for 3. Danny Ferry from downtown. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 4th in the league. Coming into tonight, a team record 545 three-pointers made. And they are among the leaders in three-point proficiency. Harper for 3. Nice roll for Derek, and the Knicks lead 50-49. 8 points for Harper. And that is his second three-pointer. Brandon using the screen. Mills is bumped by Mason. Mason called for his second.
Mason with a quiet first half in the scoring department. Only 1 of 5 from the field in a team leading 21 minutes. However, as usual, his other balance that he brings, 4 rebounds and 4 assists in the first half.
Brandon able to penetrate. No help as Brandon went the distance, and the Cavs lead by 1. Ferry over on the double. Here's Ewing. Ramming with Ferry, and a travel is called.
Ewing trying to work his way to the basket, actually skipped first and then committed the infraction.
Sometimes Ewing gets away with that little skip move, and he felt he was fouled. That's why you saw the complaint. Harper with the steal, took it away from Brandon. Derek Harper. And the Knicks now lead 52-51. Miami has a 9-point lead on Milwaukee in the third quarter. Miami is battling for that final playoff spot along with Charlotte. Mills on the recovery. Here's Phils for 3. Bobby Phils from downtown. And it's the Cavaliers 54, the Knicks 52. Phils has 12 points. The Bulls by 13 over the Nets in the third quarter. Harper rebounded by Ewing. And back come the Cavaliers. Open shot for Mills. Ewing with the rebound. Starks going right at Phils and then had to pull it back.
Phils moves those feet well on defense.
Harper stepped out. Did not realize he had the foot out of bounds as he began the move, and now the Knicks want to talk things over. 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. It's the Cavs with a 2-point lead.
McDonald's invites
Jeff Van Gundy on the left. Mike Fratello on the right. A tale of the tape. Check out these guys who have very big jobs. Jeff Van Gundy, height and weight.
Is he wearing makeup there?
Of course.
For the photo session?
That's what he learned from NBC days, Marv. You know that.
Look at that.
Mike Fratello's height and weight were very readily available. Jeff Van Gundy, when our staff went after Jeff's height and weight, checked the Knicks office, and they had no record. So the inquiring minds went to the home and checked out Jeff's wife, Kim, who took her best guess, I guess, Marv, and came up with the numbers on her husband, Jeff, who can, I guess, based on those numbers, post up Mike Fratello.
Yes. That's a two-pointer for Danny Ferry. And the Cavaliers now lead 56-52. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Third quarter. Nice pass from Starks. And J.R. Reed brings the Knicks within 2. Reed with his third field goal. He has 6 points. Brandon and Phils in the backcourt. Ferry with Cage and Mills on the front line. Here is Ferry for 3. Danny Ferry has had a number of solid performances against the Knicks. And tonight, 6 of 8, 15 points.
What a quick release. The Knicks have got to keep their mind on him when he is not in the vicinity of the basketball, because once it's in his hands, he's killing them.
One count. Foul before the shot attempt. Michael Cage called for that grab of Patrick Ewing. Cavaliers with an 8-2 run. Knicks get the new 24. Cavs lead by 5. They've led by as many as 11. Oh, look out as Cage went flying. Ewing called for his second.
Patrick Ewing trying to add as much as he can in the form of getting position, and he just sent Cage in another direction.
Six minutes remaining in the third quarter. Marv Albert with John Andres, Al Troutwig from Madison Square Garden. Beautiful pass. Michael Cage was wide open.
Because Patrick Ewing went out to double team, or was thinking of it, and he left Cage alone for a split second. And a quick delivery got that ball to him.
Cavaliers lead 61-54. Knicks took a 20-second timeout.
Here's a look at the Marriott Marquee Skycam. Look at Ewing in the middle, and he comes out, leaves Cage wide open. That, you know, coming in, that's what's going to happen. Well, Marv, I was speaking earlier this evening with one of the terrific, beloved people in the Knicks organization, Fuzzy Levain, and I pulled it out of him. Today's his birthday, born in April 11th, 1920.
Whoa.
Fuzzy, a young guy, still moving along very well, and I understand he might have taken an early exit tonight, but we want him to know, and I know you'd certainly jump in on this one, how much everybody enjoys seeing him here, and wish him a very happy birthday.
Fuzzy Levain celebrating the 50-year anniversary of his entry into pro basketball. In his 20th year on the Knicks scouting staff. First joined the Knicks back in 1956 as an assistant coach under Vince Perella. Patrick Ewing. And he was a head coach of the Knicks back in 1958. Following a standout college career at St. John's and in the NBA, a teammate of Red Holzman with Rochester. Another 3. Danny Ferry is 4 of 4 from three-point range, and the Cavaliers have hit all 4 of their three-point attempts in this third quarter. Cavs lead by 8. Mason on the rebound, and a loose ball foul against Cleveland. For Michael Cage, it is his third.
Kind of interesting. Fuzzy celebrating his 50th year in pro basketball. Kind of coincides with the birthday of the NBA, which happens to be 50.
4:59 remaining in the third quarter. Hubert Davis has come on. Starks. John Starks going to the reverse. And the Cavs now lead by 6.
Well, Phils was unhappy with himself. You don't see the Cavs broken down much by the dribbler.
Tyrone Hill getting set to return. Here's Ferry, 2-point range. He is killing the Knicks. Danny Ferry, 8 of 10 from the field. He has 20 points. He has hit his last 7 shots. He's hit his last 5 here in the third quarter. Davis had to save that pass. Mason, a bit out of his range. Then off the spin, facing a double team, draws the foul. Anthony Mason to the line. Ferry commits his fourth. Here's Tyrone Hill returning. So Cleveland now with Hill, Ferry, and Mills up front. Dan Marley will check back in a moment. Anthony Mason is 2 of 3 at the foul line, coming off a very strong game against the Celtics Tuesday night. 21 points, 10 rebounds. Cavaliers now lead 66-59. Here's Marley for Mills. Mills only 1 of 5, 4 points. And Danny Ferry instead will sit down. In the third quarter, 5 of 5, 13 points in all. 3 of those 5 field goals from three-point land. So Ferry getting a rest. Mills stays on the floor. Cavaliers realizing that Ferry had picked up his 4th foul, so they made that change.
They also don't lose anything as far as three-point threats because Marley is back.
Illegal defense against the Cavaliers. I should say against the Knicks, so it's their second infraction. And Brandon will shoot the tee. He's 2 of 2 at the line. Terrell Brandon, who emerged last season when Mark Price was injured, took over at the point guard position. He also was hit with injuries last year. Missed the final 10 games with a stress fracture of his right leg. There was some questions about Brandon coming into this season, but he has come up very big. He's had a terrific year. They isolate Marley against Starks. And the call is against Cleveland. An isolation violation against the Cavaliers, giving the ball to the Knicks.
That refers to 3 men on one side of the court above the circle. The NBA doesn't want to see one-on-one play to that extreme.
Davis from downtown. So the Cavaliers now lead 67-63. And you hear the chant of defense. Phil's coming off the screen, sets up Marley from 3. Air ball fielded by Ewing. Starks, played by Mills. Ewing. Yes. 45 for Ewing. And the Knicks within 2. Cavaliers calling for time. Ewing with the step.
Nobody Beats the Wiz is a proud sponsor of New York Knicks basketball on MSG Network.
How big are the new Office Depot megastores? They're twice the size of any office supply superstores.
Taking care of business.
Come to the new Office Depot megastores and get twice the office supplies at mega savings, twice the business machines and computers, twice the software titles, twice the office furniture of any superstore you've seen.
Taking care of business.
The new Office Depot mega stores, a bigger, better way to take care of business.
Howdy, folks. Y'all getting tired of those car dealing, money stealing ads you're always seeing on TV? Well, K Chevrolet, now they're different. Oh, they've got the Chevy you're looking for, but their prices, they'll blow you away. Let me show you what I mean. That Chevy Lumina's a nice car, but that price is just too dang high. Now for a little price fixing on this here Blazer.
K Chevrolet Geo, Hampstead Turnpike, East Meadow. Their prices are bulletproof.
Lakeview Auto Sales and Service, Long Island's oldest exclusive authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer, is pleased to present the next generation E-Class, the E-Series, all new for 1996. Experience the ultimate in design, handling, and Mercedes-Benz luxury. Lakeview Auto prides itself on its complete staff of factory-trained technicians and award-winning sales and service departments. Lakeview Auto Sales and Service in Rockville Center, where customer satisfaction is a reality, not a perception.
Here's a look at the Marriott Marquis Skycam and an illegal offense. A rarely seen call. Notice to the right, 3 men will be above the circle on the weak side of the court, enabling Dan Marley to go one-on-one. That can get boring for spectators if too much of that occurs. That's why the NBA has made that an infraction. The New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit.
And both clubs have had the hot hand here in this third quarter. Cavaliers 8 of 10, Knicks 8 of 12, 9-3 run by the Knicks to bring them within 2. 2.5 to go in the third. Here's Phils to the left hand. And a loose ball foul against the Knicks. Stay right here, says the official, Woody Mayfield. Foul on. And this is Tyrone Hill at the line. .58% free throw shooter, 1 of 3 tonight. Tyrone Hill, this is only his 39th game. Hit by injuries at the end of last season and this year. He's come back from the automobile accident. Cavaliers lead 69-65. Mason gives it back, Starks for 3. That's his third from downtown. He has 11, and the Cavs are up by 1.
What the Cavs do so well, they challenge every shot. They contest every shot attempt. The hands are up in the face of the shooter.
Pretty feed, and the foul committed by Ewing. Called for the hack on Hill. So that is 3 on Ewing. After a slow-moving, at times plodding first half, which is not new to Cavalier basketball or Cavalier Knick basketball when these two teams get together, an entertaining third quarter setting up what should be a good finish. Yes, Tyrone will take it. And the Cavs lead by 2.
Tyrone is the big man for the Cavs on the floor right now. Another example, a demonstration of how this team defies the rules here. They win, and many times they do not have a forceful front line on the court.
Tyrone Hill at 6'9", 245 pounds, and one of the better rebounders in the NBA, certainly per minute. Ewing to the fadeaway. Mason rebounds and is fouled. Whoa, nice move by Mason.
Boy, is he flexible. To do a complete somersault like that backwards. Ewing with the forced shot, but Mason in position and doing a Charles Oakley type roll there with that offensive rebound and a complete strong turnover.
Give a 9. Wow. Particularly impressive for a big man to have that kind of flexibility. I keep telling you, John, those stretching exercises can really help you.
I've been trying to hang around the Knicks strength coach, Greg Brittenham, but we haven't gotten to that one yet, Marv.
Well, once you are able to touch your toes, I think you're home free.
No, that I don't know about palms on the floor, but I've got the toes part worked out.
Cavaliers 71 and the Knicks 70, minute and a half left in the third quarter. Marley with the room for 3. And Marley line drives it home, and the Cavaliers lead 74-70.
Marley has been a much improved shooter in the second part of this season than he was earlier, reminding people of his terrific days as a member of the Phoenix Suns.
Willie Anderson is back getting some playing time. Charlie Ward has not seen any action. He has struggled as of late. Here's Davis open. Yes. A 3 for Davis. And both clubs hitting the three-pointer. The Knicks are out 8 of 12 from three-point range. Cavaliers 8 for 17. The Cavs by 1 with 45 seconds to go in the third. Marley putting the move on Davis. Nice pass. Was able to adjust off the double team, and he found Hill.
Play like that just shouldn't happen. The Knicks had people in the area to Hill, and that pass still got through.
So the Knicks down by 3. Here's Davis again for 3. He's tied the game at 76. And Huber having another good one. 4 of 6 from the field. He has 14 points, all 4 field goals from three-point range.
And the last 2 coming from assists from Patrick Ewing's awareness of where he was.
Final seconds, third quarter. Game tied at 76. Mills off the fake. After 3. The Knicks of the Cavaliers tied at 76.
Hey, you never know. Buy your Tri-State GMC truck dealers, the strength of experience. Buy the employee owners of Avis. We're into the future, into it now, trying harder than ever. And buy Payne Weber. When you invest with Payne Weber, you invest with more intelligence.
Both teams red hot in the third quarter. The biggest scoring of this game came in the third quarter. The subject of three-point shooting for the Knicks over the last 3 games. Toronto, Seattle, Boston. 3-game total. 47%. Excellent three-point shooting. And how about tonight for the Knicks and the Cavs? But the Knicks are blistering at over 60% three-point range. Patrick Ewing not forcing the shot to a wide-open Hubert Davis. Hubert coming on strong now, and Hubert followed that shot with another one from the other corner on a pass from Ewing similarly.
Excellent shooting by both teams in the third quarter, and both clubs hit 5 of 6 from three-point range. Off the errant pass, it will be Cleveland back in possession.
Harper pointing to himself. He led Ewing right out of bounds with that pass.
The Knicks of the Cavaliers tied at 76. Bob Sura, the rookie from Florida State, handling against Derek Harper. Sura picked up on the switch by Mason. Marley. Leg block, and that presents the Cavaliers with a new 24. Cleveland with Sura, Phils, and Marley in a 3-guard setup. And the big men are Mills and Hill. Now Anderson on Sura. This is Phils. And he stepped out. So the Knicks get it back. Jeff Van Gundy has Harper, Anderson, and Davis as his guards, with Mason and Ewing up front. Travel called on Harper.
It's so hard to beat these guys off the dribble. I mean, they are excellent defenders. The Cavaliers are so good in a basic area of this game, moving their feet on defense.
They are individually very good defensively. It is not only the slowdown tactics that certainly contributes to the stat end of it. Offensive foul. So the Knicks will get it back. Apparently an illegal screen was set. It doesn't go down as a foul, and looked like Mike Fratello wanted an explanation. Chatting with Mike Mathis, pleading his case. And Mike treating the czar as many do, not paying any attention.
I know Mike's father, Vince, who's watching
yes, he is
at home tonight, is enjoying this battle.
Ewing. And it's the Knicks 78, the Cavaliers 76. Minute 40 gone by in the fourth quarter. getting set to make his return. Phil's pass off the mark, and the Knicks will get it back.
Knicks have to be more careful, as Mike Fratello wants his team to spread the offense out, of not running at the offensive man when he's out far. I mean, Willie Anderson almost put the Knicks in a bad position by running right by the offensive player, and that forces other defenders to switch around, and it throws the defense off.
The Cavaliers, their third turnover here in the early going of the fourth quarter. John Starks is back, replacing Derek Hoffer. Shot clock at 6. Ewing, and the ball knocked away on the drop step attempt. Sora. Illegal defense. That's the third violation by the Knicks. Another technical foul awarded. And Danny Ferry will shoot it. Ferry 78% at the line. He is one of 4 members of the Cavaliers to make a marked improvement on the scoring average. Ferry up to better than 13 a game. Last year was just under 7.
Boy, that's a statistic that shows that the entire foursome could get most improved as one.
Here's Sora. Full count, offensive foul. It is a charge. And it will be Nick Ball.
Bob Sora at 6'5" moves well to the basket, but Willie Anderson is set to draw the foul.
The Knicks 78 and the Cavaliers 77. Ewing fighting for position with Hill.
Look where Hill made him end up catching the ball.
And then the foul called on Hill. He got Ewing from behind. That's number 4 on Tyrone Hill.
Hill's job is to get Ewing to catch the ball away from his comfort zone, and he did on this play. Hill fighting him for every step, every position that Ewing wants. Hill's beating him there.
And as Mason sets up, 3-second violation.
What the Cavs are so good at is recovering. When they double team, the people behind the double teamer on defense move so quickly to fill the hole, and it forces the Knicks to move even faster than the defense is moving.
Ferry with the pick. Mason able to switch off on Sora, leaves Ferry on with Starks defending, and he draws the foul for John Starks. It is number 5.
Another thing that they do so well is they exploit mismatches when they occur. They don't have to wait for a timeout to be called to be told, hey, there's a mismatch out there. As soon as they see it, they exploit it. And in that case, 6'3" John Starks was on Ferry. Bang, they go right to Ferry.
Very smart, very well disciplined ball club, which is the reason that this team is 43 and 33, surprising people around the NBA. Despite all the injuries, they've done a terrific job.
Well, the Knicks have contained Danny Ferry for the last several minutes. They just have to hope that he's feeling a cold hand now in the fourth quarter, because he has ripped them apart with an amazing outside shooting performance.
One other factor relating to the Cavs, remember they began the season at 0-7. Sora called for the foul. Then they won 13 of the next 18 to turn things around, but that was not a promising start, losing their first 7 games. Had that guy wondering what the heck is going on. Patrick Ewing sitting down. Herb Williams has checked in. Ewing with 27 points, 9 rebounds. Game is tied at 78. 8:20 left, fourth quarter. Anderson with a nice move. Willie Anderson able to penetrate.
The Anderson Mason's out there now at 6'8" because he can defend some of these interesting players on the Cavs. But he surprises him with that beautiful ball movement all by himself.
Terrell Brandon getting set to return. Ferry with the bucket and the foul. Danny Ferry will go to the line. The foul committed by Derek Harper.
He found himself guarded by Harper. Big height advantage here for Ferry. A little fake. Derek bumps him, and Ferry hits the shot.
Danny Ferry in his 6th season out of Duke. He was the 2nd pick overall in the draft by the LA Clippers back in 1990, and then opted to play in Italy. Eventually was dealt to Chicago, or rather to Cleveland, on that very controversial trade involving Ron Harper, who at the time was a major star with the Cavaliers. Pretty pass from Herb Williams for Anthony Mason, and the Knicks lead by 1.
Boy, when you get free, getting the ball is not automatic, and Herb Williams saw to it that when Mason got free for the instant, he got the basketball.
Cavaliers take a timeout. We'll be right back.
With the reliability of the most powerful V8
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. A lot of good times here at the Garden tonight, Miles. A lot of rocking. Exciting game. The fans knew it was a big one. Both teams knew it was a big one, and they're delivering. We have ourselves a ball game.
John, you are pumped up tonight. Are you all right?
I'm good. Yeah, I feel good.
Knicks lead 82-81. 7:29 remaining in the 4th quarter. Dan Marley will put it in play. The Cavaliers with 18 on the shot clock on this sequence. High point men of the game, Patrick Ewing with 27. Hubert Davis 14. Danny Ferry leading the Cavaliers, 9 of 11 shooting, 25 points. Terrell Brandon with 15. Marley with 2nd effort, and Hill is able to convert on the putback. It looked like Marley was being stopped and then was able to aggressively take it to the hoop, although the shot was off. Cavaliers lead 83-82. 7 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Davis played by Phils. Anderson guarded by Marley. Shot clock at 4. Mason. And the Knicks lead 84-83. Mason has 14. They double up on Brandon. Brandon's pass intercepted by Anderson.
Long arms of Willie Anderson, alertly picking that pass out.
Willie Anderson, who has not received much playing time recently, has done a good job in his 17 minutes here tonight. Shot clock at 5. Mason called for a travel. Shuffling the feet in making that move.
See, Mason doesn't want to take that 17-foot jump shot, and it's pretty known when he's in that area that he wants to drive the ball, and the defense by Ferry was well executed.
Knicks 84, Cavaliers 83. Ewing getting set to return. Marley for 3. Anderson with the rebound.
The quick double teaming of Brandon. They're getting the ball out of his hands early, which is good.
Hubert Davis with a nice hesitation move to draw the foul. It's on Marley. And here's Patrick Ewing for Herb Williams. Herb did not score. Ewing shooting well this evening, 11 of 17 from the field and 5 of 5 at the line. Ewing guarded again by Hill. Knicks able to swing it. Davis. Hill on the box out. 5:20 remaining, fourth quarter. And Cleveland with the ball down by 1. Hill from Brandon. Once again, beautiful lead pass with Brandon able to size things up. And he's given the Cavs a 1-point lead.
Knicks got caught again with their switching defense. And the Cavs do a terrific job when the opportunity opens up to find the open man.
6 assists for Terrell Brandon. Ewing being forced out by Hill, now goes to the move and is fouled. Phils came over to help out. And Phils is assessed the foul, so Ewing to the line.
Ewing working one-on-one. You can see he gets rocked. He thought he got away from Hill, but the other defenders come over to help out. Patrick on the foul shot, actually on the execution, stepping backwards, and that took away from that foul shot.
And this game is back to Cavalier-style basketball. We have 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And each team has scored only 9 points.
It's remarkable to look up and see both teams shooting at 55%.
Oh, the stuff! A facial served up by Tyrone Hill on Willie Anderson. The Cavaliers 87, the Knicks 85, and the Knicks call for time.
How big are the new Office Depot megastores? They're twice the size of any office supply superstores.
Taking care of business.
Come to the new Office Depot megastores and get twice the office supplies at mega savings, twice the business machines and computers, twice the software titles, twice the office furniture of any superstore you've seen.
Taking care of business.
The new Office Depot mega stores, a bigger, better way to take care of business.
So my little girl's getting married.
On Long Island's North Shore.
Central location.
A breathtaking circular driveway with huge marble columns. With uniformed doormen. My own grand lobby with a world-class Lucite piano. A majestic...
The Yes Make It Count t-shirt. It just goes on and on.
Make new friends, and it's just a matter of doing something.
Harper has tied the game at 87. We come up on 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Knicks have 3 timeouts left. The Cavaliers 3 and a 20. As we noted earlier, one of the more entertaining Knicks Cavalier games the past couple of seasons. Harper couldn't find anyone and just did get it across the timeline.
Last time they met here in New York, 2 days after Christmas, the Cats had a 17-point lead in the third quarter. This is totally different.
Starks unable to hit from downtown, and a foul on Ewing. That's number 4 on Patrick Ewing. For the Knicks, their 13th foul. Cavaliers have 4. And both clubs shooting well at 55%. It's developing into a high-scoring game when you think of normal Knick Cavalier games, despite the low point total in the fourth quarter. Here's Brandon again, able to drive, and he beat Ewing. Ewing reacted late. Couldn't come up with the rejection. Cavaliers lead by 2. Harper, that was a 3-point attempt over the glass. Out of bounds, so it will be Cleveland back in possession. This is a huge game for the Cavaliers. Come in tied with Detroit, 2 games behind the Knicks, 1 in front of 7th place Atlanta. Nice ball movement. Ferry for 3. Danny Ferry with 28 points. He is 10 of 12 from the field. Danny Ferry, 5 of 5 from 3-point range, 28 points in all. He's only 3 away from his career high. Ferry killing the Knicks here tonight. And it's not that the Knicks have not been defending him. He had too much room earlier, but they've been in his face. He still has that very quick release. Danny Ferry, though, with memories of the 3-point shot he attempted last season in the playoffs in game number 3. With time running down, this would have won it for the Cavaliers, but he could not hit as he went off the rim, although Ferry had an excellent playoff series against the Knicks. Last year, the Cavaliers gave the Knicks a very difficult time in the first round, but the Knicks did take that series 3-1.
You're right, Marv. The quick release is amazing because Ewing on that last one was right on him.
Cavaliers 92 and the Knicks 87 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Starks pass off the leg of Phil's. He wants a leg block, but not getting the call. And the Knicks very upset, puzzled as to why the leg block was not called, and they have a major point here.
Defender didn't lift his foot up.
Phil's, big turnaround sequence by the Cavaliers. They take advantage and lead by 7. 7-0 run by Cleveland. Davis for 3. Yes. The Cavaliers by 4. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Here's pressure by the Knicks as Marley inbounds to Ferry. And now Brandon will handle.
Cavaliers, 57% of their shots have gone in.
Yes, Ferry 10 of 12. Phil 6 of 10. That's Marley. And the rebound taken by Ewing. Minute 35 to go. 4th quarter. Knicks with the ball trailing by 4. Ewing fronted effectively by Hill. Ferry doing a good job on Mason. Ewing. And rebounded by Phil's. And that was a strong defensive sequence by the Cavaliers.
Yes, Hill is not allowing Ewing to get near the basket.
And now they'll try to use the clock. Down to 10 on the 24. Down to 5. Marley. 55 seconds remaining in the 4th. Starks spinning and draws the foul. That puts Cleveland over the limit. The foul committed by Phil's, his 3rd, and Starks to the line for the first time. So that is the worst possible thing that could have happened to Cleveland. It stops the clock. Starks with a chance to cut it to a 2-point lead. And the Knicks shooting well at the line. They're 14 of 16 at the foul line. Cleveland by 3. Mike Fratello saying he wants a timeout.
John Starks has enjoyed good moments at the foul line in clutch situations throughout his career.
And Starks able to hit the 2. Cavaliers 94, Knicks 92 as the Cavs call for time. Foul to give. They have 3 team fouls. Cavaliers are over the foul limit. screen for Brandon. Ferry eluding Mason and hitting. What a move by Danny Ferry. And the Cavaliers lead 96-92. Ferry has 30.
One of the great shooting performances of the NBA season by Danny Ferry.
Starks behind the back, but could not hit. Mason retrieves, and the foul is called. John Starks going behind the back. It worked, but I don't know about the timing of that play, John. Foul is called on Marley, his third, and Mason to the line. All right, here's another look at as he starts out against Phils. Wow. Mason 6 of 7 at the line. You mentioned Danny Ferry's shooting performance. He is now 11 of 13 for 30 points in all. 5 for 5 from three-point range. And he's hit his last 10 shots.
And awfully big shots, too, down the stretch. There was a period in the second half when he didn't do any scoring for a while, but he came right back.
Obviously, he was really shaken up by that shot from Horace Grant last night. Ewing on the rebound and fouled. And he hit it. He would have been going to the line with an opportunity to tie. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2. Can bring the Knicks within 1 with 23 seconds remaining.
You see Ewing getting that ball. Starks came running in over the foul line to try and get involved in the play. In the meantime, you can see Starks racing in, and Ewing just missing, but he'll get a chance now to earn 2.
Foul on Hill, his 5th. And Patrick Ewing, who has certainly had his ups and downs during the course of his career at the line in final minutes of games, missing on his first attempt. And for the night, 6 of 8 from the foul line. Hits 1 of 2 to cut it to a 2-point lead. And Cleveland calls for time. 23 and 5/10 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Well, a half second under 24 seconds to go in the game, Marv. The Knicks with Patrick Ewing going to the line for the first of 2 foul shots, and that tells you what happened. The expression on Patrick's face. Made the second one and then walked over to the bench, disappointed that he couldn't make both of them. The Knicks trailing by 2 now. The Cavs have the ball. The disciplined Cavs have the ball. And any team knows how to use a clock. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's all in their favor now.
And they are a very fine free throw shooting team in recent years, usually among the top foul shooters in the league. Patrick Ewing sitting it out. He has 4 fouls. I would think Jeff Van Gundy will go to a shuttle system right here if the Knicks are able to get the ball back. Knicks have a foul to give. There it is. A hard foul by Anthony Mason on Danny Ferry. On the reach-in, that is the 4th team foul. Cavs were going to the line, but it is not a shooting foul. The next one would put the Cavaliers at the line. Marley will throw in. And has to take a 20 to avoid the 5-second violation. So the Cavaliers are down to 1 full timeout remaining. Knicks have 2 timeouts left. 22 and 5/10 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. And the Cavs have a 2-point lead. Well, the Knicks back here on Monday night to face the Toronto Raptors. Knicks hoping to make it a sweep of the 4-game season set. The MCS Canada Knicks game night will get underway at 7 o'clock. The Knicks and Toronto here on Monday. They follow up to the road game in Miami on Saturday.
Cavs want to get that basketball in the hands of Terrell Brandon. Although, as we've seen throughout the evening, most of the Cavs players move with confidence while handling the basketball.
Actually, amongst the 5 on the floor right now for Cleveland, the poorest free throw shooter is Dan Marley at 70%. All the other guys can hit the foul shots, and they like the idea that Danny Ferry will go to the line right here. A 78% free throw shooter. Foul on Mason, his 4th. Ferry is 3 of 4 at the line. And he is 1 point shy of equaling his career high. Hit 31 against Charlotte back in mid-February. And getting the treatment from the crowd. So the Cavaliers now lead by 3. Here's Tyrone Hill replacing Chris Mills. Patrick Ewing is back. 21 2/10 seconds to go. Danny Ferry set his last 10 field goal attempts and does it at the line, extending to a 4-point Cleveland lead. The Knicks immediately take a timeout.
Are you ready? Let's go. Get out and play. Give whatever you got. You like that? Gator. Good. Gator. You're gonna get thirsty. Gator. Drink it up. Gatorade. Life is a sport. Tough day. Drink it up.
We're into the future. The future of car rental savings is easier now at Avis. Introducing the new Super Value Package from the employee owners of Avis. This low prepaid package rate includes loss and damage protection, child safety seats, free unlimited miles, and your first tank of gas, so there's no refueling charge. All in one low weekly rate. Ask your travel agent or Avis for our Super Value Package and save. Trying harder than ever. Avis. Come on, see how. Trying harder.
Well, Danny Ferry's been hurting the Knicks all night, and he just added some more with his perfect foul shooting, giving the Cavs a 4-point lead. This is the most unusual statistic here. The road team has won the last regular season games in this series, and last year that also continued with the road team winning. The Knicks won the first one here at the Garden, but then the trend continued in the playoffs against Cleveland last year. Amazing. What's all this fuss about the home team advantage?
Many things can happen down the stretch with the remaining games on the schedule for both the Knicks and the Cavaliers. And one of the possibilities is that these two clubs could end up meeting once again in the first round of the playoffs. And the Cavaliers, a very difficult matchup for the Knicks.
Boy, the Cavs, as we've been talking about earlier, are facing a very rough week, though. All their next games are against playoff teams. That's tough.
Knicks down by 4, and Mason was blocked, and he's hurt. May have landed on the ball. Ferry called for the foul. Anthony Mason walking it off.
Losing his balance. Looks like he's holding the right arm. One of his teammates reaches over and grabs him by the arm to lift him up.
And apparently he's all right. 7 of 9 at the line. Ferry picked up his 5th. Danny Ferry with a career high 32 points with that second free throw. 18 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The offensive defensive shuttle continues for Jeff Van Gundy. Herb Williams back. Knicks protecting the foul situation. Patrick Ewing, who has 4. 3-point Cavalier lead. Both teams are now over the limit. It's down to a 2-point game. And here's pressure by the Knicks. And once again, the strong pressure forces the Cavs to take a timeout. Marley could not find anybody, and that is Cleveland's final timeout. The Knicks have 1 remaining.
So I get this email from my friend all about Citibank's free PC banking. Free software, free service. They even have a free 800 helpline. Look, Did you ever pay anyone this easily? Or move money from one account to another like this? Even get stock quotes for free. So I'm in control. My finances, anyway. And it's all safely done on Citibank's private network.
Citibank's free PC banking service. It's also available for small businesses.
So why go to the bank when the bank can come to you?
Call now, 1-800-321-CITI.
Videos. Come play today. It's gonna be magic.
While a brother may be hard to propel, the Hoover...
The Knicks are down by 2. Now look at the rest of the regular season schedule. The Knicks at Miami Saturday, home for Toronto. At Cleveland next Thursday. They finish up home against Charlotte at Boston on the final day of the season, an afternoon game a week from Sunday, while the Cavaliers with that very tough slate, Chicago, Atlanta, the Knicks, Detroit, and Indiana. And if the Cavaliers can hang on and win here tonight, they will be only a game and a half behind the Knicks. Coming in, the Knicks 2 games behind Indiana. The Pacers not scheduled this evening.
And Cleveland's also worried about Detroit with the identical record as them, and they have a 2-1 edge in the series. Detroit does.
Delay of game taken by the Knicks. That's the warning, allowing the Knicks coaching staff to check out. The Cavaliers will do. Cavs have no timeouts left, so they must inbound the ball. And they do. Mills immediately fouled. The last 25 seconds has taken about 10 minutes with a host of timeouts being called. Anderson called for the foul, and Mills to the free throw line. With the free throw success of the Cavs, they can't go wrong no matter who goes to the line. Mills an 83% shooter, and 2 of 2 tonight. Well, to be precise, John, the last 10 seconds, I'm told by the electronic wizard, has taken 13 minutes. The last 10 seconds.
Everybody's still here.
Cavaliers by 3. Knicks have 1 timeout left. And Mills calmly hits the 2 foul shots. 4-point Cleveland lead. Cavaliers do not want to foul. Hoffer with the open shot. And run down by Brandon. Time running out, and Brandon is fouled by Ewing with 6 6/10 seconds to go. And now the crowd beginning to file out.
Brandon happens to be the 2nd best foul shooter in the NBA at 89%.
Ewing with his 5th foul. And Mike Fratello looking to settle things down. We have no timeouts remaining. Amazing how you can read lips. Well, yes. So much for the 89% free throw shooting.
Brandon cracking under the pressure of this 4-point lead.
So he hits 1 of 2. And the Knicks do take their final timeout. Cavaliers 101. And the Knicks 96, 6 6/10 seconds to go in the 4th.
If you're a Knicks fan, you've got to have it. The 1995-96 Knicks yearbook. Player profiles, coach profiles, team news, community affairs, city dancer profiles, schedule, great action photos, and much more. To order, send $12 check or money order to the New York Knicks, P.O. Box 418, Norwood, New Jersey, 07648. Get yours today. rush the Garden to take on the Toronto Raptors after MCS Cannon game night, Monday night, right here on MSG.
Well, the Knicks are trying to think of magic right now with 6.5 seconds to go, and they're down by 5. Very hard-fought game here between these two teams. Racing at the foul line moments ago. Ewing with the follow opportunity. Oh, the ball goes in and out. Had he made that hoop in the foul shot, game would have been tied. Patrick went to the line, made 1 of 2. And then Cavs, over the last half hour, it seems, of this 20 seconds or so, have gone to the foul line and made their key shots.
That was with 20 seconds remaining in the quarter, that last sequence. And that was 16 minutes ago, John. Delay of game warning. Terrell Brandon jumping in on Derek Harper, allowing Mike Fratello to get a look. Now he's telling Brandon to put his hands up. 5-point Cleveland lead. And that is not what the Cavaliers wanted. A holding foul on Bobby Phills before the ball is tossed in, which means 2 shots for the Knicks. And that changes the situation. Anything can happen. 6 6/10 seconds to go. Mike Fratello is stunned. Mike Mathis with the hold call on Phills, and Starks shooting the 2. Wait a moment. It's 1 shot plus possession. I'm mystified by this call. We will have to check it out. It's a 4-point lead, and here's Davis for 3. And it's batted away